Welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. We're live streaming onto YouTube as well as here in the Zoom room. And so do us a favor, if you've just joined us, type in exactly where you're logging in from as we get the system underway. Alrighty, welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. What I love about this technology is the fact that Neumi is in 72 countries, nearly 74 worldwide, and we have people logging in from everywhere. Do us a favor, type in the chat. Don't be shy. I would love to see where you are watching us from today. If you're on YouTube, you can type it in there. I won't see it till later. But if you're on Zoom, I'll certainly see it if you type it in. Now, some people suggest that Australians talk too fast, or at least I do. But today, if you want to follow on with closed captions in various languages, have a quick listen to this.
Untuk mengaktifkan terjemahan bahasa Indonesia, silakan klik caption di panel laptop atau handphone Anda semua.
Para poder obtener la traducción en español, es necesario hacer clic en el menú de Zoom y elegir la opción Subtítulos en español.
大家好，如果你想看字幕，请按屏幕底下的 CC 按钮，选择中文。此功能仅适用于直播。
Bonjour, bienvenue à cet événement Neumi. Vous pouvez activer les sous-titres dans votre langue en cliquant sur Sous-titres au bas de l'écran. Veuillez noter que cette option fonctionne uniquement dans la salle Zoom en direct. Merci et bonne écoute.
大家好，如果你想看字幕，請按屏幕底下嘅 CC 按鈕選擇中文。呢個功能淨係適用於直播。
Alrighty, welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. Let me set my English-speaking language at the top so you can follow on closed captions. If you're watching this event, we're being live streamed on YouTube, and if you wish to, you can play it back, believe it or not, with subtitles on there with all sorts of languages. We have people logged on live today from Florida, USA, Perth, Western Australia, Jakarta, Indonesia, New Zealand, sunny New Zealand, and Boca Raton in the house, whatever that is. I'd love to know where that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, normally today we rotate through various preferred presenters worldwide, and Mark Rosario, our founding member of Philippines, would have been here, but he is having internet issues. So the show goes on. I've jumped into the driver's seat, so you're going to have to put up with me today. So for those who don't know me, Michael Firth, founding Field Advisory Board member who helped start Neumi, also one of the crowns. Today, within 30 minutes, we're going to give you a complete understanding of what Neumi is all about, this amazing opportunity and amazing product. Having said that, some people, when I'm watching a presentation, often sort of think, who is this person? How do we know they understand the topic? Who are they? So quick background for me. So I was in the mortgage industry in Australia as a national sales coach for many years. I loved my job with a passion. Maybe type in yes if you love your job. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people in network marketing go, oh, job just above broke. Well, you know what? Some people love what they do, right? And I loved it. Having said that, what I found is the further I went up in the corporate world, the more money I had in my pocket, the less my family saw me. Eventually, I was divorced with two beautiful young children, and I had a reality check. And my daughter said to me one day, Dad, we hardly see you. So I decided that's it. I needed to get out. And someone came to me with a brand new nutritional breakthrough 16 to 17 years ago, which was in the area of glutathione. You'll understand that word a bit more as we go through the presentation. And I took some of those capsules. I felt amazing within about 45 minutes. And I thought, what is this? And that led me to investigating more. And I don't give ridiculous projections. We're not talking Ferraris, Lamborghinis, that sort of stuff. I just got to the point where I had the same income as I did in the corporate world, but I was working probably, half to 20% of the time. And so I was sold on the industry from that day. So what's the relevance to Neumi? Because Neumi only started 3 years ago. Well, the founder of that previous organization was Stephen K. Scott. He went into retirement. He found an amazing breakthrough. You can't keep a good man down. And boom, he launched Neumi 3 years ago. In fact, I helped him find the investors for this breakthrough because I believed in it so much. So let's get into the presentation and talk about what Neumi is all about today. Let me just swap slides from the one I had a second ago, and we'll hop straight into it. Alrighty, so firstly, I want to start with an income disclosure statement. What's that about? Well, some people log on and go, oh, how much are you going to guarantee I'm going to earn? Well, it's an opportunity. It's not a job. So you do nothing, earn nothing. Work hard, get a great income, but your income might vary from one person to the next because of your skills, market conditions, who knows? So there's no guarantees of a specific dollar amount with a specific amount of energy. Some people will be luckier than others, and we have 74 countries about to launch now, or 72 plus two more. Go for it. Huge opportunity. The other thing I want to talk about our products. You won't hear out of my mouth or any good Neumi members any reference to disease because our products are not designed to treat, cure, or prevent any medical conditions or disease. What they do is they boost critical nutrition in the body that the body then does what it normally does with that, which we'll talk about. So what's our mission? Our mission is to empower our members' lives to become the best versions of themselves. How do we do that? A few things. We do it through vision, innovation, and execution. I'm going to present the whole presentation around those three things today. And let's kick off with vision. This is the visionary, my beautiful friend, Steve Scott, friends now for nearly 17 years. If you don't know Steve, he spent his whole life searching for breakthrough products, then purchasing the rights exclusively for those and marketing them on TV with infomercials. He was the most respected person in infomercial television. He sold about $4 billion, $4 billion, with things such as Total Gym, Dealer Meal, Hair Care with Share, lots of different things. And his success was so significant that he dwarfed everybody else in infomercial history. And his secret was this: only marketing what he calls a breakthrough product. And a breakthrough product is something that does things that nothing else can do as economically or as effectively. And as long as it can do that, Steve is all in. And that's where this breakthrough came from as well. Steve is also a best-selling author worldwide. If you don't know, he's written many books. He's a New York Times best-selling author. And after about 30 years, he went into retirement after the health and beauty industries. But as I said, then he reached out one day and said, I've found the biggest breakthrough of my entire life. And I got so inspired. I went round with him till we found and invested quite a lot of money. And boom, off we go. Then we brought on Aaron Rennett when we launched the company. You can see Aaron's background there. With the previous company, he took it in 37 countries in 13 years. Guess what? With us, he's taken us into 72 countries in 3 years. The key point here is our aim is to make sure that Neumi is the most field-driven, responsive company in the industry. And as some companies are backing out of the industry, we're going from strength to strength to strength, opening new countries, and a lot of people are jumping off those opportunities onto ours. In fact, you're going to hear about our new Greek team, and they investigated 400 companies in the industry, and nothing came close. So that's why they're with us here today. Let's talk about the Science and Medical Advisory Board. These people are not paid. This is the most important part of this. You can pay doctors to say anything, as we know these days with pharmaceuticals. However, in our case, these are voluntary doctors and scientists who jump on a board because they love our product. I won't go through all the backgrounds, but you can see if you read through there some pretty impressive backgrounds. Doug Harrington is someone I know personally. On the top left, he was with the Stanford heart transplant team for many years. He also pioneered a test called the Pulse test for early heart attack detection. Just an amazing gentleman. Gordon Crozier here. I love the product so much. He's actually one of the investors as well now. Gordon wrote a book on glutathione, which you'll hear about today. And the results of this are fantastic. Again, look at the backgrounds of all these different doctors around the world. And of course, on this page, bottom right-hand corner, Bethany Dixon. She created a study on truckers and fatigue and proved with our product you could reduce fatigue and improve energy and alertness, which is making all our roads much safer. And again, if you were logged on today and Mark was presenting, he would have referred you to Dr. Bartoli down the road, or Baratil, I can never pronounce it properly. And she's on our medical advisory board in the Philippines as well. So what is this word glutathione you keep hearing about? Well, it's the master antioxidant of your body, and it's responsible for everything. It's the key to life, health, performance, protection, and longevity of every cell. In fact, if you looked at all other antioxidants combined, none of them have as many studies, not even vitamin D. In fact, glutathione replenishes vitamin D and replenishes vitamin C. So 186,000 studies on PubMed talking about why you need glutathione in the body versus, say, vitamin C we take for granted with only 73,000. What do the doctors have to say? Well, if you know Dr. Oz, he's been on television for years. He says it's the most powerful antioxidant you've never heard of, and it's the key to fighting off disease. If you're talking about Dr. David Katz, director of Yale University's Prevention Research Center, if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione is probably part or both the cause and effect. So as you age, it is normal for your glutathione levels to drop. So if you see on the screen here, this white line, as your glutathione drops about 10 to 12% per decade from about 18 to 20. So think back to 18 to 20. I don't know about you, but I was jumping buildings in a single bound, doing crazy things that I hope my kids never did. And then down here, you'll see as your levels rise, as they drop, your oxidative stress levels rise as you age. And when the two things pass, that's the nasties. And so oxidative stress is the silent killer, they say these days, and glutathione is the first line of defense against that. So you want to keep the blue line low, and you're going to keep the white line high. So higher levels of glutathione are associated with a number of health benefits for anti-aging performance, strengthening your immune system, increasing your energy, enhancing stamina and endurance. Even my son, who's a power lifter, has just gone on a 4-week trial of this product and just blown his personal best every time. So even young people. Improved exercise recovery times, greater mental clarity and focus, enhanced quality and length of life. Now, the problem is if you go get glutathione off the shelf and then you chuck it in your mouth, it gets destroyed by the digestive process. So it's actually a fragile molecule. So it will not absorb. Whereas we wrap our ingredients in water clusters protection using a special nanotechnology you hear about shortly. Let's talk about molecule size, because there are some people who might steer you in the wrong direction saying, oh, yeah, we're also nanotechnology. So molecule size. If you took a human hair, it's 80 to 100,000 nanometers. You can't even see that if I hold it to the camera. So if you took it down to the molecule size of most nanotechnology, they might get down to a couple of hundred nanometers, like liposomals, for example. In our case, we can get down as low as 10 nanometers. If you're under 20, you can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. If you're under 10, you can absorb into a cell. So there is no way of comparing this massive breakthrough with any of the traditional old-fashioned nutrition. When you're talking about even amazing things like glutathione IVs that a doctor will give you, that'll cost you hundreds of dollars, and by about 6 days, it would have depleted down the body to virtually nothing. That's called the short half-life. So you can keep topping up with ours. Let's talk about innovation, the solution. Hydrostat nanotechnology, or hydrostat molecular encapsulation technology, as it's known. We nanosize particles protected by ultra-purified water molecules. If you look at traditional nutrition, what do? They pump high quantities of an ingredient into a supplement, hoping that some of it will get through the gut, and often it never does. So you can see here as a visual, pretty important to understand, big molecule, trying to drive a bus through a keyhole, not going to happen. Tiny molecules can absorb where nothing else otherwise could. That leads me to cell size, right? So we are between 10 nanometers and 100 nanometers. And when you get down to 10, the key ingredients there can absorb in places nothing else can. That is the most important part of what we're talking about here today. So you cannot compare it with other ingredients because no one gets down to that size. So you can see with the visual there, the size difference. Let's talk about how absorption works. There are 3 levels. There is absorption, bioavailability, then there is cell utilization, which is very different. So if you're talking about absorbing nutrition, just a quick science lesson, your cells only absorb the section of a molecule that it can touch. Nanosizing, instead of like the visual there, just doing that, nanosizing means you get a lot more surface contact, up to 200 times greater than non-nanosized ingredients. In terms of delivery, I mentioned that we use ultra-purified water molecules, purer than a hospital IV, that I might add. And so if you're looking at other options, delivery methods, the older methods, which have been around for decades now, like liposomal, they use lipids, which are fats. Now, fats can attract toxins, and you don't want those in your cells. So we're talking about the purest option that you could get. That led us to our very first breakthrough, which is called NutraSwish, which basically includes ingredients such as glutathione, but not only that. We also include cysteine, which is a building block of glutathione, so your body can produce more, and other ingredients that enhance glutathione's job, like curcumin and vitamin C. So you literally just put it in your mouth, swish it for about 30 seconds or more, and then swallow. Now, if you don't swallow, that's okay. You've already absorbed the ingredients that are too fragile to get through the gut anyway, and that's important. So we find boxes, go into the boxing ring, spit it out, and keep going full strength within 30 seconds into the bloodstream. So it leads to an immune system boost, joint support, cognitive health, clean and sustained energy, and rapid recovery. So again, don't take my word for it. I'm certainly no athlete. 56 years of age, started going to the gym about 3 years ago, and I'm feeling the best I've ever been, but I'm not an athlete. This is a lady who really is. Natalie Jenkinson was a judo Olympian, as well as 4 times Australian women's boxing champion. Very skeptical lady, gave her the product, and she said, the first thing I noticed was I slept really well. A lot of people talk about that. Then she said by day 13, she went through a little bit of a detox, but she said, then, man, I was fighting better than I was in my elite fighting years. Now, often people watch this and say, that's great, but she probably lives on hamburgers for all I know. Well, this guy is extremely healthy. Alexander Glover is a vegan triathlete, and he said, I immediately noticed when your product was in my body with amazing focus and clarity of the brain. Then after 4 days, my energy went through the roof and I had a disinterest in coffee, and my performance, my running speed, my muscle strength all became better as my recovery did as well. This is what we hear, unanimous in the sports arena. Let's talk about Neumi Skin. We then took the same idea of shrinking particles, small enough to absorb when nothing else does, and then we did that with a skincare product. We were contacted by Dr. Marina Perito, who runs a company called Skinfluence in New York, world-renowned dermatologist, and she said if you could also include hyaluronic acid, which attracts moisture to the skin, if you could include collagen, which is like the springs in your mattress, keeping your skin nice and tight, you'd have the greatest skincare in the world. So we took her advice, and this product now, you just spray it within seconds and just walk away. Really tough, guys. Even men can do it. I do it all the time. In fact, my partner Liz says I do it too much. It helps reduce pore size, lifts and firms the skin, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, smooths skin texture, brightens an even skin tone, fights skin aging pollutants, and here is some amazing before and afters. This is Sherry from Indiana. If you saw her current photo, holy moly, the results are phenomenal. And I've not seen before and after photographs from any other company in the world that are as profound as this. 7 weeks, look at that. This one is a beauty therapist out of Latin America, Tatiana. 8 days, you can see a huge difference in the pore size. This is our founder. You can see the difference in the dullness of his skin. This is a young person, right, from Hawaii. And you can see after 2 weeks, the smoothness in the skin. All skin types. This lady's 80 from Nigeria, and you can see again the difference in the brightness in the skin. Personally, I love this one because it happens to be a friend or a client of a friend of mine. One of my friends is a skincare educator, and she said, you know what, until I took before and after photographs, I didn't see the difference. As soon as I did, it was like, holy smokes, the difference was huge. This lady did not lose any weight. Right? It's just the tightness in the skin under the neck. And she also, as you can see, has the difference in the redness and brightness of the skin is just phenomenal. And in 8 weeks, people don't want turkey necks, gobble, gobble. You can get rid of one. And of course, that leads us to the Hers product. We took the same concept of delivering proven nutrition that doesn't need any proof because it's already there. And then we delivered it in a way no one's done. So we did the same thing with botanicals. So we've nano-sized some key ingredients. You can read on the screen: peony, chasteberry, donquai, maca, ashwagandha. A lot of these things are designed to help women with women's health, okay? Cramp relief, increased libido, minimized hot flashes, mood improvement, decreased bloating, hormone balance, improved sleep, amongst just a few things, and natural energy. So this product is only available at the moment in USA, Canada, and Mexico. However, the results from the women are mind-blowing. In fact, we had a double-blind placebo-controlled test that showed that 80% of women had phenomenal results. And one example here is this one, 55-year-old. Every time I have a hot flash, I swish, it stops. This one, 32-year-old. My body is no longer at war with itself. And here's another one, 53. The first time in 6 years I can sleep under my covers. Unbelievable. Again, these are results of a double-blind placebo-controlled test. We then launched this only about 6 to 8 weeks ago, which is called Neuro. So it says coming soon, but it's already in Australia, New Zealand, Latin America, most countries, America, Mexico, and Canada. And I know a lot of Asians looking at me right now from different countries, having a grin on their face, and they want it there, but it's not there yet, right? So we've taken, again, proven ingredients that are already known to be amazing for brain health. This product, I might add, is endorsed fully by the American Brain Council. And they said for cognitive health, this product doesn't have anything close to as effective. So we're talking about enhanced memory, improved mood, increased focus, rapid energy, and heightened cognitive performance. Amazing product. And it's gone, like I say, gone worldwide really fast. In fact, some people are saying that this product is even more unpopular than our very first product, which is amazing. So let's talk about execution. How do we get it to the world? We had the biggest infomercial giant on the planet, Steve Scott. We could have done it that way. We did actually go from a retail perspective at one point just before COVID kicked in, and that killed retail. So what's the one model that stands the test of time? Home-based business. And we chose that because we didn't have to put millions into TV advertising. Now, this industry continued to grow through COVID, which was interesting, whereas this company, we're now in 72 countries with over 165,000 members. In fact, that's a figure that's probably 6 months old. So I'm tipping we're over 200,000 now. I'll have to check in. Now, some companies will say, hey, just pay a membership fee each month and access product at wholesale. We give you the products at wholesale without a membership fee, right? And we give you all these bells and whistles without membership fees. Steve Scott has a program called Masters of Super Achievers. You don't have to pay for it. You get it for free. It's normally $400. We have a health and fitness coach where you get access to that, a couple $100 worth of automatic programs you can do yourself. And we even have a travel platform because we know every man and his dog does travel these days, lots of companies, and they get exactly the same discounts as you will, yet you get your platform for free and they pay about $1,000 a year. What a waste of $1,000. So let's talk about tools. We like to give our tools to everyone. A lot of companies charge for them. We give them away for completely free. So we have an app. This on the screen is the old app. We're updating our slides in about 3 weeks after we come back from our diamond retreat. And you'll see the new app. But the new app, we call it the Command Center. There's nothing you can't do with your app to run your business. It's absolutely amazing. Tracks when you send people information. It's just phenomenal. We also have Facebook pages. If someone recommends you to another Facebook group outside of the ones I'm showing you, that's okay. That's just a team-specific one just for their individual team. But these are the ones run by the company, which are safe for all members worldwide. So Neumi Knew You, that's where you'll see testimonials, before and after photographs. You'll be able to see the playback of this in there in about 20 minutes, as well as the YouTube channel. And of course, to join that, you need to just click the button, but you need to apply by answering the entry questions. Who invited you? If you say yourself, they won't let you in. Whereas if someone did, they will. And then you click agree to group rules. Similarly, in Latin America, this is the official one. Anything else other than this is just team specific, but that's the Latin American group you can join online. And of course, we have a member group for our trainings, announcements, and a real community. And you can join that with a member number. Now, let's talk about our guarantee. We are so confident of this product that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. So we have hassle-free subscriptions. You can cancel, change anytime you like. And if you don't like the product within 30 days, give us back the bottle. Or even if it's just one bottle, you don't have to give it back and they'll give you money back. So free product. Who doesn't like free product? So on this screen here, you'll see if you just dip your toe in the water and buy a couple of products, well, $100 US, you'll save 30 off the retail price. If you decide I want a few more and you go for a quarterly pack, $300, we give you an extra bottle of product for free, nulling out your shipping expense, saving $155. There are bigger packs, 500 saves you 280, and of course the bundle pack saves you a fortune. So let's talk about compensation plan. Now, it's interesting because a lot of compensation plans, if you don't understand the industry, they'll say, oh, yes, look, we pay 50% of the BV. What does that mean? Well, 50% of BV is usually 27 cents in the dollar, sometimes 38. I heard some Latin American person say that they went to a company that pays 7 times what we do. So that would be 378%, just so we're clear. So if you hear that, it's obviously rubbish, right? It's impossible. So in our case, we pay 55 cents in the dollar. There isn't a company in the industry paying close to us. We have weekly payouts and we have monthly payouts. Let's start with the weekly. So the weekly payouts, as you introduce someone, there's an industry term called sponsor. So anyone you introduce or sponsor, you'll earn 25%. So I'm looking right here at Clara Jane. So if Clara Jane joined you as a customer, bought 2 products, $100, you get $25. If Clara Jane bought next month, the month after, you'll keep getting it automatically. If maybe I'm looking at Ratu, if Ratu joined you as a member and bought a pack with a big smile on her face there, you know what? Then if she bought $1,000 pack, you get $250. Okay. So then here's the power. Who do they know that you don't know? You can earn up to 6 generations more from others. So who they know, who they know, who they know, who they know. And of course, we pay up to 43 cents of the dollar on the weekly commissions. Then we pay more than 55 in the monthly, but it averages out at about 55 in total. Let's talk about monthly. The first bonus is a roadmap. We don't need you to introduce thousands of people, right? Literally, baby step. All we want you to do is find 3 people who become members. And when you have hit step 1 in your second month of business, you'll get an extra $50 by having this structure, 3 people doing 100 points. You'll have that on top of all your other bonuses. Then the goal is for you to teach someone to find 3 people. Once you do that level 2, you could earn up to 250. Once you're also a senior member, I'll talk about that in a minute. And then the final one, once you are helping those 3 find 3 and you're a higher rank, then once you've achieved the 2-star rank, then we will pay you $1,500. In fact, if you wanted to, once you've finished that, you could build another one with another 3 teams and you could earn that twice. Keep in mind that this is not the end game. This is just a little teasing bonus along the way to show you how to build. Then we have the monthly bonuses in the uni level and the infinity. So we pay 7%, 3 levels down, until we hit 3-star, and then we pay 7% all the way down 7 levels. And higher ranks can qualify for an infinity bonus as well, as you can see on the screen. Now, I won't focus much time on that because I'm going to show you very quickly a diagram that makes all of this make sense. So really simply put, you join as a member and you automatically qualify for 3 levels in the weekly commissions and the monthly commissions, and that gets the ball rolling. You follow the power of 3 idea of getting 3 people, and as you grow your team bigger and you reach 1,500 turnover, we unlock level 4. Once it reaches 5,000 team turnover, we unlock level 5, then 6, then 7. Now you'll notice that it's not until you hit the middle rank there of 3-star where we have any structural requirements in place, because this is about building leadership and teams now. And then as we go through diamond, you get the infinity bonus of 0.5%, then double diamond, a 1%, triple diamond, 1.5, and right up to 2% as a crown. Stay tuned. Let's just say there might be more exciting stuff coming on this after Diamond Retreat. Can't say anymore. We'll get shot. So what about monthly leadership bonuses? Well, this is a profit sharing bonus. 6% of global sales from member purchases only goes into a pool every month. And then depending on your rank, you can profit share on that. So it doesn't matter where in the world you are, global sales. So you might be in Australia, the business goes berserk in Indonesia, but you're profit sharing. Or you're in Indonesia, the business goes berserk in Greece and you're profit sharing that as well. So when you hit 2-star, you get a share and you share it with the 2 stars. When you hit 3-star, another share, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, and crown. Now it's culminative, which means, don't know if I pronounced that word right, it means you get a share of all of them as you go through, which is exciting. So as we wrap up, right on 25 minutes and 55 seconds, I might add, I want to ask you the question. Are you ready to get started? If you are, please text the person who sent this to you, or if you're watching the YouTube playback and say, hey, ready to get started, and they'll get you started immediately. Or B, you want more information. That's totally fine. There is so much information out of our app. There's not a question in the world you could ask that person that doesn't have an answer in the app. And then finally, C, I just want to try the product. If you want to do that too, that would be absolutely fantastic. So I want to thank you all for logging on today. Apologies that Mark's internet wasn't working, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Members Night, where we are announcing something exciting about Greece, Philippines, and Indonesia, and some other stuff too. So I'd make sure you don't miss that call live. Good morning, good afternoon.